All right, thank you, Mr. Hogue.
Thank you, Your Honor, for the opportunity to address the court. As an attorney who is also a Christian, I take my responsibilities as a lawyer very seriously, and I endeavor to be a person of sound moral and ethical character in all of my dealings. In the wake of the 2020 presidential election, I believed that challenging the results on behalf of President Trump should be pursued in a just and legal way. I endeavored to represent my client to the best of my ability. I relied on others, including lawyers with many more years of experience than I, to provide me with true and reliable information, especially since my role involved speaking to the media and to legislators in various states. What I did not do, but should have done, Your Honor, was to make sure that the facts the other lawyers alleged to be true were in fact true. In the frenetic pace of attempting to raise challenges to the election in several states, including Georgia, I failed to do my due diligence. I believe in and I value election integrity. If I knew then what I know now, I would have declined to represent Donald Trump in these post-election challenges. I look back on this whole experience with deep remorse. For those failures of mine, Your Honor, I have taken responsibility already before the Colorado bar who censured me, and I now take responsibility before this court and apologize to the people of Georgia. Thank you.
Because they deserve a DA that won't have sex with his employees. Because they deserve a DA that won't put money in their own pocket when it should go to benefit children. Because
Fani Willis thought she is the last one. I'm actually shocked to realize that she is being disqualified. CNN is absolutely losing it over Fani Willis being disqualified from the election interference case against Trump. This is another win for Trump, and liberals are in tears every single day. When they see this, they freak out. Watching through CNN, what they did on this clip, they are not happy at all. Like the case is over. I have a couple of clips I compiled, which I'm going to show you what exactly is going on in the media. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm if you share the video.
Using the title of your office and having on social media that you as this political office holder are holding a fundraiser for the opponent of someone that this political office is investigating. I don't know that it's an actual conflict, but I use that phrase, what were you thinking? Where the prosecutor thought I could prosecute the co-defendant of someone I defended. It's a what are you thinking moment. The optics are horrific. If you are trying to have the public believe that this is a nonpartisan, driven by the facts, and I'm not here to critique decisions, the decision was made, but if we are trying to maintain confidence that this investigation is pursuing facts in a nonpartisan sense, no matter who the district attorney is, we follow the evidence where it goes and ignore the fact that I hosted a fundraiser for the political opponent of someone I've just named a target. That strikes me as problematic, maybe not from an actual conflict level, but if we are at a cocktail party and people are asking, do you think that this is a fair and balanced approach to things? I do. Well, how do you explain this? How does one explain? I mean, that's the concern I'm working through, is that it's not a lowercase a appearance. It's like a capital A with flashy lights fundraiser district attorney for the political opponent of someone I've named the target of my investigation, where I'm the legal advisor to the grand jury, and I'm on national media almost nightly talking about this investigation. That's problematic.
okay.
Georgia Court of Appeal on Thursday disqualified the Atlanta prosecutor who brought an election interference case against President-elect Trump and his allies, a surprise move that threw the entire case into disarray. In a 2-1 decision, a 3-judge panel reversed the decision of the trial judge who in March allowed Fani Willis, the district attorney of Fulton County, GA, to keep the case despite revelations about a romantic relationship she had with a lawyer whom she hired to manage the prosecution. All three of the appeal judges were appointed by Republicans. Ms. Willis' office swiftly filed court papers indicating that it will appeal the decision to the Georgia Supreme Court, which is also dominated by Republican-appointed judges. If the lower court's decision stands, it could lump the case, which is the last active criminal case against Trump.
Breaking news just into CNN. The Georgia prosecutor leading the state's election interference case against President-elect Donald Trump is now disqualified. CNN's Caitlin Polance is here with more. Caitlin, what can you tell us about this? This is just coming in the last several minutes. This is a big development.
A big development, and a big development that Donald Trump has wanted for a long time. That case against him in Georgia, the criminal case, where it's accusing him and several others of a racketeering conspiracy related to the 2020 election, it's already been paused. Now, it's not even backburnered. This is a case that will be dead in the water because the Georgia Court of Appeals is now saying that Fani Willis, the leader of the prosecution against Donald Trump, the district attorney in Fulton County, Georgia, she should be disqualified from being able to bring that case. The Georgia Court of Appeals is saying that it's a significant appearance of impropriety caused by the conduct of a public prosecutor. That is Willis, how she behaved, how she was speaking about the case, about Trump publicly, about how she was having a relationship with the top prosecutor that was concealed in this, a man named Nathan Wade. All of that, previously, the trial level judge had looked at and said, Fani Willis can stay on this case. We're not dismissing the indictment. But the Court of Appeals is now taking another look and saying, no, the trial judge was wrong. Fani Willis should be disqualified from continuing to lead this case. It would be a long process, or it will be a long process, to replace her, which is why I say this case is dead in the water now without Fani Willis, the person who was leading this case against Donald Trump in Fulton County. And just to keep tabs on how many cases there are against Donald Trump criminally, the other two in federal court, January 6th, and classified documents, those are dismissed. And then the additional case in New York City where he was set to be sentenced, that sentencing is now not happening. So as Donald Trump enters the presidency, each of these courts that is handling a criminal case is essentially removing that issue from him to have to deal with in any period of time in the near future.
All right, Caitlin Polance, thanks for that added perspective. Let me bring in CNN.
Yes, if you are following this case clearly, I think I did a couple of videos throughout this case. It stated that the 2020 election case, must be disqualified along with her entire office. Everything is gone. From what I'm seeing on CNN here, the reason they are freaking out because the case will be dead. It will be history in the days ahead. I think this was the last one which I've been looking all through to see the end result. Now we are celebrating this. At a certain point, I don't know why this lady had to even allow this to continue. She could have just, stopped everything. She thought she would be the only one persecuting Trump, or what exactly, I don't know. When I saw people stopping, doing this, she was just silent, like nothing is happening. Okay, Joe, imagine that if she stopped this case along the way, this disqualification will not embarrass her this way.
It's a kind of treason.
Trump isn't one to let bygones be bygones.
The thing that disturbs me is not just that.
If you're seeing some videos behind my clips, please, I'm begging on you, that is just for the algorithm. You can stop here. You must not watch to the end. I usually like to pass this information, so if you understand why I'm doing so, it is for the algorithm. Sometimes they don't want to recommend videos, so we know they are tricked.
Just, went like, how dare you? Do you even know what an audit is? And I'm like,
women and so many men are
theory that a lot of people seem to be coalescing around.
They were too woke, insisting that people use the term Latinx.
You have to say they. No, you have to do this.
Stop with the virtue signaling.
Step away from woke. Focus less on who is woke and more on who is broke.
Attorney or something.
I've never seen that.
I saw so many liberals getting super excited every time Kamala had a new celebrity endorsement. But we all know for a fact, that these celebrity endorsements are not free.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Now it's time to unite everybody.
So, with that, I'm going to shake it off.
Figure out a way to say thank you.
That guy's name, he's such an absolute prick. I can't stand him. But anyway,
Hey there. Not doing great.
Terrible night last night. It was a terrible night.
What will the rest of us be doing on day one?
Bishop Vigano, he says that
well, if I look at the big picture, it doesn't look good. So I'm going to work on this.
No matter what's going on out there in the world, of course, the worst things could happen.
One I've known, which is every president, who's been really red.
The ICE officers across the country. The news is right. Maybe they're civilian drill, maybe they're all legal. I just find it hard to believe.
The other thing he said...